I've got something to say to you, Connie. Why is it just about the only thing you're good for around here is doing housework, and yet you can't even cook a decent meal? Why on earth do I even allow the privilege of living in this house? There is absolutely no redeeming qualities to you at all. I was just talking to Ashley about you, and I was so relieved to see that we were both on the same page about you. We had such a great time telling each other all the things we hate the most about you. There you are, Talia. Thank goodness, I've been waiting to hear from you for hours. You said that you were going to eat dinner at the house tonight, so I got everything ready for you, but once the sun went down and I hadn't heard from you, I was starting to get really worried. Jonas told me that he was texting you too. Haven't you been checking your phone? Oh, for the love of Pete, Connie! Why are you getting so worked up over me setting down my phone for a few hours? My plans changed. My dear Ashley came home for the first time in forever. I was so happy. I told her that we needed to go out to dinner some night to celebrate, and she said she was thinking the same thing. So, since we were both so into the idea, we decided to go out tonight. Isn't that something? We always see eye to eye on everything. It's so wonderful to have a connection with my daughter. My real daughter, that is. You and I are like polar opposites. It's been so hard for me to deal with you being in the house all the time. Lately, I've been feeling like I need to get a break from you. I see. Well, I'm glad that you and Ashley had a good time together. But I wish you could have shot me a text to let me know. You asked me to make dinner, so I planned on having it ready around the time you usually come home. There it is again. You just can't help yourself, can you? I have done my very best to put up with you, but I simply can't do it any longer. That is what I hate about you, Connie. I'm not sure what you mean. Why do you insist on making snide remarks at me every single chance that you get? Is that how your parents raised you, to be such an overbearing scold? I'll bet that's where you got it. No matter what happens, you always have to be in the right. You always have to be the victim. You never put 1 ounce of thought toward my plans or my needs. You just keep pushing your own opinions and ideals onto everyone else. I am so sick and tired of that attitude of yours. That wasn't my intention at all, Talia. In fact, I went out of my way to make dinner line up with your schedule, just like I do every day. I understand that circumstances can change, but in that event, I really wish you would send me a simple text to let me know. That's all I'm saying. You really don't understand what your position is, do you? I'm not sure I know what you're referring to. I deigned to allow you to marry my son, and now, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm allowing you to live in my house with me. Ashley told me a lot of things about you tonight, and it all makes perfect sense to me now. I don't need to be concerned about your feelings whatsoever. You're nothing but my lowly daughter-in-law, and you do not have the right to talk to me like you are. Oh, great. Look, I have no idea what sort of nonsense Ashley was saying to you tonight, but if I'm being completely honest, you never really seemed like you care about my feelings in the first place. And still you're talking back to me like a snotty teenager. Oh, and don't think I haven't noticed that your cooking has gotten worse over time. What have you been doing to your cooking, Have you been adding anything to it? Maybe poison? No, I have not been poisoning you. I was never very good at cooking. It's one of my least favorite things to do. I told you all about that before, didn't I? But in spite of that, I decided that I should do whatever I could to help support the family, so I cook dinner for everyone every day. Don't lie to me. Ever since Ashley's been staying with us, your food definitely tastes worse. Not that your cooking was ever good, but it's far worse than usual lately. You say you're not poisoning me, and we'll assume you're telling the truth for now. But that just means that you're doing it to make Ashley unhappy. That's not what I'm doing at all. I wish I knew what was going on. I'm tasting the food as I cook, and it always seems fine up until I serve it. Your food is always either too spicy, too sweet, or too salty. You never get a good flavor balance. I've been baffled by your inability to properly fold a shirt, sweep the floor, or do any other mundane task up until now. But thanks to Ashley, I know exactly what you're doing. You're doing it on purpose to bother me. Please understand, both Jonas and I have our own jobs. We decided before we got married that we would split up the household duties 50-50. Yes, I told that to Ashley, too, and she agrees with me. That's absolutely scandalous. Housework is a woman's responsibility. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it always will be. What about your husband, though? He helps out an awful lot with the housework, doesn't he? He's different. He actually enjoys doing housework. Cooking also happens to be a hobby of his. I suppose he's been rather busy lately, so he only ever cooks on the weekends. And even though you were gifted with a father-in-law who, for God knows what reason, enjoys doing the housework, you still do nothing but complain about everything. I would say that's a bit of an overstatement. Speaking of overstate, I think you've overstayed your welcome. How long are you planning on living with us anyway? Why do you ask? Because there are no benefits whatsoever to having you in the house. My real daughter is coming to stay with us, so I can help her take care of the baby after she gives birth. That means you need to get out. Clear all your things out of your room immediately. I'm giving her your room. What's wrong with the guest room she's sleeping in right now? It's far too small. All the bedrooms other than the master bedroom are the same size. Well, then it feels too small. In any case, you're moving out as soon as possible. Is this all coming from Ashley, too? Of course it isn't. I've been wanting to have you out of my sight for as long as you've been living with us. And honestly, how thick can you possibly be? I was sure you would take the hint that you're neither wanted nor needed once Ashley came to stay with us. You continue to surprise me, Connie, and never in a good way. I see. Sorry to disappoint you. Spare me your apologies and get packing. I want you completely gone from my house by the time I get back. Do I make myself clear? That means you have just a few hours left, so do hurry. You're kicking me out tonight? Would you like me to refer you to some nice homeless shelters in the area? I'll pass. Talia, are you really sure you want to do this? Am I sure? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. All you do in the house is get in the way of my happiness. You'll have to find someone else who's willing to put up with you. Or if you can't, you'll just have to find yourself a nice cardboard box to live in. All right, then. I'll be leaving. And taking the $5,000 per month I put in toward our living expenses with me. I wish you all the best of luck making ends meet without me. Are you serious? We'll be doing just fine without your dead weight. Remember, you have until midnight tonight to get out. And make sure you leave a clean room when you go. As you wish. What on earth? What did you do, Connie? All our furniture, appliances, the TV, the microwave, the beds, everything is gone. What did you do with all of our things, you little thief? You asked me to take all my stuff out of the house, so I did. Did I not leave it clean enough for you? Don't get smart with me. Did you think you would be able to just get away with stealing all of my things? Bring it all back immediately, or else I'm calling the police. That won't do you any good. And why not? I'm just saying I don't think the police are going to be able to make me give you guys all of my stuff. Seeing as though, it's mine. What do you mean? I mean just what I said. Every single piece of furniture, appliance, and every other electronic device was bought by Jonas and I. We've just been letting you use them free of charge. And you told me to take my stuff and leave, so I did. What's the problem? Did you forget what it was like in there when we moved in? The newest thing you had was a TV from 20 years ago. Half of the other stuff was broken, so we bought an entire new set of household essentials for you. You did? I don't remember that. Well, it's the truth. I can show you the receipts if you want. But what is Jonas going to do now? How is he going to live here like this? There's not even any beds for him to sleep on. Are you fine with forcing your husband to sleep on the floor? What are you talking about? Jonas is my husband and he's on my side. We're both moving out together. So you don't need to worry about him. He'll be sleeping perfectly comfortably. What? But that's ridiculous. He doesn't need to move out, just you. His sister's going to give birth in a matter of weeks. He should be here by her side. Jonas and Ashley never had a particularly close sibling relationship. Then, after seeing what you and Ashley were doing and saying to me, he had enough. He said that if you guys were going to kick me out, then he was going to go with me. This can't be happening. What did you tell him? You must have told him a pack of awful lies to get him to do this to me. I didn't need to tell him anything. He's always told me that he's basically lived his entire life by looking at you and doing everything in the exact opposite way. That's why he's become such a good man. I was kind of confused when he first told me about that, but now that I've met you, it all makes total sense. I told you earlier today, Connie, you are my daughter-in-law, and I will not allow you to speak to me like that. Just like I won't allow you to steal my things. Bring it all back this instant. I already told you it's all mine, so that's not going to happen. Not to mention, I'm the one who's been paying for practically everything around here to the tune of $5,000 per month. So, if we're talking about what's mine and yours, I'll probably put enough money into that house to buy it outright. What? What do you mean? We've already been through this. I told you that I was leaving and taking the $5,000 I put into our expenses every month with me, didn't I? I meant every word of that. It would be nice to get a thank you for all I've done for you up until now, but I'm not holding my breath. You mean you were telling the truth? Let me put it to you this way. You're free to believe what I said or not. But at the end of the month, when all the bills come due, you're going to find out the hard way. And additionally, you spend most of your days God knows where doing God knows what. So I'm the one who's been doing nearly all of the housework for you. You're in for a very, very rude awakening now that I'm gone. Don't act like such a martyr for doing a few chores every now and then. I am a far more capable homemaker than you. I won't have any trouble at all. Not to mention I have my husband here to help me, and if you really were spending $5,000 a month, all I can say is you must have terrible spending habits. I'll be able to make do with much less. For your sake, I sure hope that's true. For my part, I've told you nothing but the truth tonight and done exactly what you told me to do. If you don't like it, that's your problem, not mine. You really are a nasty little woman, aren't you? I have no idea why my fine, upstanding son saw fit to marry a lowly woman such as yourself. If you cared about him at all, you'd divorce him and set him free. Again, we've been through this. Jonas is on my side. He's not going to divorce me just because you threw a temper tantrum. He's not going to divorce me at all, actually. We're in this for life. That's it. I can't talk to you anymore. I don't want to see your face or hear your voice anymore. Now that you're out of my house, I am going to be happier than I ever dreamed possible. And I won't have you coming around to mess it all up again, so I think I'll go ahead and block your number right now. Go right ahead. Goodbye, Talia.
Hey, Connie? I'm really sorry about yesterday. Things got pretty hectic. We really had to rush to get everything out the door before my mom got back. My legs and back are still tired from moving all that furniture, and I'll bet you're just as tired. But hey, I still see this as an overall positive for us. Thanks to my mom going crazy last night, I finally have the best excuse I could ask for to cut her out of my life. From now on, we'll be able to have a nice, peaceful, quiet life with just the two of us. One thing that concerned me, though, I was talking to my dad this morning. He told me that Mom was up way past midnight texting you. Is that right? He said her face was beet red and all scrunched up like she was super angry. She was probably getting on your case about everything. Was everything all right?
Yeah, she was not happy, to say the least. But yeah, I was fine. Thanks for asking, Jonas. You were so tired from moving that you had already fallen asleep by the time she started texting me. I figured there was no point in waking you up to tell you about it. We could just talk about it in the morning. And yeah, so you were right on target. She texted me complaining about all the stuff in the house being gone.
Yep, there's not much else that she would be talking to you about. But what I was really wanting to ask was, are you okay? Like, how are you doing with everything? It must be a lot to take in over such a short period of time.
Yeah, it is a bit much, but I'm less worried about myself and more worried about your dad. I feel really guilty for leaving him behind like that. I mean, your dad has always been incredibly kind and generous to me. I never had any problem with him. But he still had to just stand by and watch as we took all of our stuff and left. That couldn't have been a very pleasant experience for him. I'm worried that I was so angry at your mom that I went and did something to hurt your dad, which I never wanted to do.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I appreciate the fact that you're so concerned about my dad. For his part, he gave me his blessing to leave the house. He said that we didn't need to worry about him. All that he wanted was for us to enjoy our married life together.
That sounds just like your dad.
That's what he said anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be really hard for him to deal with living in that house from now on. Not only are we leaving, but Ashley's moving in, and she's gonna be there for a while. That is not gonna be easy for him to deal with.
Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, hold on a second. I just got another text. Jonas!
Huh? What is it?
Great news! Like, the best possible news I could have gotten. We don't have to worry about your dad any longer. With this, he's finally going to be free.
Wait a minute. Do you mean you got the report already? No way! I never thought he would finish this quickly.
I'm just as surprised as you are, but he said he has everything we need. I still haven't read all of the fine details, but from what he's saying, I think this might be even bigger than we were imagining. We'll talk about that later in person, okay? The important thing right now is that we'll be able to make our move tomorrow. Today started on kind of a negative note, but now things are really looking up. Jonas, what is the meaning of this? We had a special delivery come to the house, which I thought was odd because I haven't ordered anything. But then your father said it was for him, and you would not believe what is happening right now. And imagine my shock when I found out that you were apparently in on the whole thing. It's all that awful Connie's fault, isn't it? You changed ever since you married her. She's completely corrupted your good heart with her evil lies. But it's not too late for you. I can still save you. You need to divorce that woman at once and come back home. Please, your family needs you. I need you.
Mom, how long are you going to keep doing this? Even when you've been caught red-handed, you're still gonna try and claim that it's everyone else's fault but your own? You're the one who's in the wrong here. That's plain for anyone to see. This is all happening because you were thinking of yourself without any consideration for Dad or his feelings. It gives me no pleasure to be saying this, but after seeing what I've seen, I'm frankly embarrassed to be your son.
Jonas, no. I didn't raise you to be the kind of boy who talks to his own mother that way. What happened to you? Don't you understand what this means? Your father's going to divorce me at this rate. Is that what you want to happen?
It doesn't seem like it matters what I want to happen or not. Dad's gonna do what he needs to do. It's not my place to try and influence him one way or another. But regardless of his decision, you have only yourself to blame, Mom. And it's not like I'm a little kid anymore. I'm old enough to be able to handle my parents breaking up. But if you're asking me for my opinion, I think it's definitely in Dad's best interests for him to divorce you as soon as possible. He's worked so hard to support you over the years. He's been everything that you could have asked for in a husband. And this is how you repay him? By betraying his trust in such a cruel, disgusting way? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Please, Jonas, you have to understand. I made a mistake. That's all this is. Ever since your father and I got married, all I've been is a housewife. And when you're a housewife, you have quite a bit of free time. And your father's a hard worker, yes, but you know what that means. It means that he's away at work for most of the day. So there I was, my housework all done for the day, nothing interesting on TV, and no husband to keep me company. I got lonely, and so I did what any normal person would do. I went out and found someone to keep me company.
Oh, give me a break. Is that really your excuse? Well, if you think I'm gonna buy that excuse for 1 second, you got another think coming. Yeah, Dad worked long hours in order to support you, by the way. But ever since we moved in with you guys, you've barely done anything around the house. You just shoved all the work onto Connie. So that's why you had so much free time, because you stopped doing housework, which was your only job. And you think having extra free time justifies finding someone to keep you company practically every day of the week?
What was I supposed to do? Talk to Connie? Oh, she hates me.
I think your behavior toward her has a lot to do with that, don't you? And besides, you could have, gone to a bridge club or taken up a hobby. Anything but have an affair with Ashley's ex-boyfriend's father. God, just the thought of the two of you together makes me want to puke.
Please don't talk that way about us. After all, he's the father of the man that Ashley fell in love with. It's only natural that we would have a connection. And when you think about it, Ashley isn't entirely innocent in all of this either.
Look, I have no interest in getting any more involved in my parents' relationship than I already am. Frankly, you shouldn't want me to get involved here. The only concerned parties are you, Dad, Ashley, her ex-boyfriend, and his father, your boyfriend. I only have 2 more things to say on this matter, and then I'm done. First off, don't you dare do anything to humiliate Dad any more than you already have. And second, don't you dare drag my wife into your mess any more than you already have. Those are not suggestions, those are not requests, they are demands. And if you violate either of them, I swear to you, as God is my witness, I will destroy you.
Connie, can we talk? I wanted an opportunity to apologize for my actions the other day. I'm terribly sorry for everything I've done to you. So please, can't you help me? There's no one else I can ask but you. My son is furious with me. And what makes you think I'm any less angry at you than he is? Seriously, I told you to never contact me again. What did you expect would happen if you came to me begging for help? You're partially responsible for this, too. My husband told me that you were the one who suggested he hire a private detective to follow me around. You knew about all of this, didn't you? Yeah, I did, actually. Your husband came to me a while back saying that he wanted to talk about you. He had noticed certain changes in your behavior and was suspicious from the start. All I did was tell him that my woman's intuition told me that something was definitely up with you. But all we had were our suspicions. We didn't have any evidence of what you were doing. So we decided that we should have you checked out to see if our suspicions were correct, and that's when I decided to talk to a private detective. I knew it! You were the one responsible for all of this! You should have kept your mouth shut. This was a matter between me and my husband. It didn't concern you. Ah, yes, the tried and true last resort of people with nothing else to say in their own defense. You shouldn't have noticed the bad things I'm doing. Well, newsflash, Talia, you and Ashley shouldn't have been doing those bad things in the first place. If you don't do anything bad, there wouldn't be anything for me to notice. And can you really fault me for noticing? You two practically weren't even trying to hide what you were doing. What? What are you talking about? Remember the other night when you went out to dinner with Ashley but didn't tell me? You know that night you accused me of being insensitive for having your dinner ready at the time you usually get home? It wasn't just you and Ashley at the dinner that night, was it? No, there were 4 people sitting at the table that evening. You and Ashley were there, of course, along with her ex-boyfriend and his father. I'll bet you were talking about all sorts of scandalous, salacious things that night, weren't you? No. How did you know about that? Have you been paying attention? We hired a private detective. He told us everything. I guess the 2 of you were all over each other whenever Ashley and her ex-boyfriend stepped away from the table. Seriously, you're almost old enough to have teenage grandchildren, and yet there you are acting like a couple of love-struck teenagers. But what in God's name was Ashley thinking? Meeting in secret with her ex-boyfriend while she's getting ready to give birth? I don't think her husband would be very happy to hear about that. Okay, fine, you're right. We both did some slightly inappropriate things that night. But enough about the past. I am worried about my future. All I want right now is to enjoy my life with my husband, Ashley, and her baby. I never wanted this to happen. If my husband really divorces me, then what am I supposed to do? How will I get by without him? That's your problem, not mine. Whatever the consequences of your actions are, you brought it all upon yourself. If you end up losing everything, then I can only say it's because you deserve to lose everything. I don't think you have any right to object after what you've done. I know that I've messed up. I already apologized for kicking you out of the house, and now I'm inviting you to come back and live with us. We can start over, be a family again. Wouldn't that be the best outcome for everyone? We can all forget our differences and move forward together. Be a family again? What do you mean again? You never treated me like family in the first place. And I never felt very much like you were family either. And it's like I said earlier, why in the world are you coming to me for help? It's painfully obvious that the only reason you're trying to pull the family card on me is because you're terrified of what's coming to you. Seriously, you're like an evil mother-in-law from a soap opera. I don't want to hear any talk about family from the likes of you. You've hurt the people around you far too much to be forgiven anymore. All that's left for you to do now is realize the weight of your sins and suffer the consequences. With an emphasis on the suffering part, that is. My father-in-law immediately filed for divorce after we got the report from the private detective. Given the length of her affair and the fact that she was seeing her boyfriend while her husband was working to support her, she received absolutely nothing in the divorce, no alimony, no property. She was kicked out of her husband's house and onto the street. I would be lying if I say that I didn't take some pleasure in that. I mean, the woman who tried to kick me out onto the street, getting her comeuppance in the most ironic way possible, that's just too good to be true. Talia didn't give up on begging me for help, though, and asked if I would be willing to take both her and Ashley into our home. When Jonas found out about that, he went berserk. He didn't mince words with the two of them. He told them that he would destroy them if they ever tried to drag me into their nonsense again. He filed for restraining orders against the both of them, which were granted without issue. But that wasn't quite enough. He was especially angry at his sister, since she's the one who introduced Talia to her ex-boyfriend's father. And she was also the driving force behind Talia kicking us out of their house. So he did the one thing that Ashley wanted to avoid at all costs. He told her husband about everything. Ashley's husband put her on final notice. If she ever met with Talia or her ex-boyfriend again, he would divorce her on the spot. Not wanting to lose her husband like Talia did, Ashley adhered to his demands and blocked Talia's number. It seems like Talia's dream of holding her grandchild in her arms will never come true. As for me, I owe a debt of gratitude to Jonas for how he stood up to his own mother for me. My goal for the future is to be a wife deserving of his love and respect.
Break up with John right now. I was dating him first, so John belongs to me. You can't have him.
What? Who are you?
I hear that you're going around telling people that you and John are getting married, but I know that's not true. He would never marry you. Would you stop embarrassing yourself and give him back to me? If you don't do as I say, I'll make you regret it.
What the? Excuse me? I don't know what your problem is, but don't plan on doing anything you just said. John and I are engaged. There's nothing you can do about that.
So what? I won't let that happen. I will take him back from you.
Girlfriend? Are you John's ex-girlfriend? He told me that he once had a girlfriend who was crazy about him. So it was you, huh?
I'm not his ex. I'm his girlfriend. I still am and always will be. Some random woman like you can change that. I don't know what got into him to make him want to marry someone like you, but I know that's all your fault. You must have tricked him. Would you stop getting in the way and leave us alone? You're really causing a lot of trouble. You should be ashamed of yourself. Besides, do you really think anyone would unmarry an old woman like you? Oh, please. You're making me cringe just thinking about you in a wedding dress at your age.
Hey, don't get ahead of yourself. I get that you're upset, but that doesn't give you the right to act childish. John chose me fair and square. I didn't do anything to manipulate him. If anything, you should feel embarrassed for making a scene when John's already made his choice. There's no need to get hysterical just because he's not marrying you. Sorry if I seem a bit older, but John chose me despite the age difference. That's just how it is. By the way, why do you even care how old I am?
Because I'm still in my 20s. How could I lose to an old woman like you? I'm younger and prettier. Of course, I'm the better choice. Way better than some 30-something-year-old woman like you. Why would John choose you over me? I don't understand it at all.
What? Why don't you hear the reason from John himself? Maybe hearing it from directly will make giving him up easier. Why do you even know my number? I don't think we have any friends in common, and John knows that I don't like people sharing my number without my consent. How could you have found out how to contact me?
I took your phone number from John's contact list on his phone.
What? Hang on. How did you even get his phone in the first place? John and I started dating after the both of you broke up. How could you have gotten my phone number? Unless you've seen him recently.
You can't marry him. John is mine. I know everything about you. You should be reasonable and stay away from him.
Okay, I really think that you need help. You're not going to like it, but that's called being a stalker. Anyway, I'm going to block you, so stop bothering me. Without John, you really should learn when to give up. You guys have already broken up. What is the point in clinging to him? I've already decided that John and I are going to get married. So you've just got to accept that I haven't tricked him. We're just in love.
Shut up! You don't have the right to be with him because he was with me first. I'm going to take him back from you no matter what it takes. I suggest that you give him up first. If you don't want to get hurt, he's going to choose me anyway. When he realizes what a mistake he's made.
What are you talking about? He doesn't belong to you. He doesn't belong to anyone. He's not a thing. And he's chosen me. So you should accept that. But I have something I want to ask you.
I don't care. You'd better break up with him. I'm not going to forgive you if you marry him. He's mine and only mine.
Your name was Sophia, right? Are you listening to me? When did you last see John?
Emily, I know you're going to hate me for doing this again, but I was suddenly asked to attend a business meeting with a client at work, so I can't see you tonight. I really wanted to go and see that movie with you, but it looks like we're going to have to go another day. I'm really sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you.
All right. I guess we can go next weekend. John, before you go, I have something I want to ask you. Do you have a few minutes?
What is it? Is something wrong?
It's your ex-girlfriend. Her name is Sophia, right?
Yeah? Why? What's wrong? Why are you suddenly asking about my ex?
She messaged me this morning. I tried to ignore her, but she was being really persistent. I was wondering how she got my number in the first place. Did you tell her?
What did Sophia message you? Seriously, what did she say?
She told me that she took my number from your phone, but she could have only done that if you've met up with her since we started dating. Have you?
What? How can you have that thought?
Did you meet her without telling me, John?
Of course I haven't met her. Don't you trust me? She's just trying to make you suspicious of me so that she can try and break us up. Don't you remember me telling you how obsessive she was? She was really dependent on me for everything and was jealous all the time. That's why I left her. I couldn't handle how clingy she got. She still has a thing for me, but that doesn't mean anything to me. Trust me, you can't just let her ruin our relationship when the wedding is just a few weeks away. Just block her and ignore her.
How can I do that when I feel like you're not telling me the truth? If you say that you haven't met her, then how does she have my phone number? She couldn't have gotten it from anybody else. You're the only person we have in common.
I don't know. Okay, I might have actually told her your number in the past. I'm sorry, but I only told her because she was saying stuff like, if you don't tell me, you'll regret it. She was saying all sorts of weird stuff. I mean, she always does. So I thought she might try and bother you if I didn't tell her. I really think that there is something wrong with her. So I felt it was best to just do what she wanted. And I told her your phone number. I mean, I thought it was better than her trying to get closer to you. I was afraid she might try and hurt you.
If that's so, then why didn't you warn me? You should have given me a heads up that your jealous ex-girlfriend might try and get in touch with me. And maybe I'd been able to block her beforehand or something. You know, I don't like when people share my number without me knowing. So can you please just ask me the next time someone asks for my number? I've already blocked her, but she's already creeped me out and she's that obsessive.
I get it, and I apologize. I should have been more considerate. I was just trying to avoid upsetting her. But I'm sorry you had to experience that. I know it can be unsettling, but trust me, I'm committed to us. Don't let her tactics affect you. She's just attempting to come between us. I'll have a conversation with her and do my best to make her stop, so you don't have to worry about her anymore.
Yeah, please? I really don't want her to message me anymore. She really does her best to make me feel bad about myself. John, you haven't cheated on me, have you?
What? Why would I do that horrible thing? Of course, I haven't been doing anything like that. I swear, I hadn't even thought about anyone else except you.
I'm sorry, it's just, I had a bad feeling when I spoke with her. It was really like she knew something I didn't. You haven't lied to me about something, have you? There's nothing else you want to announce other than the fact that you told her my number?
Of course not. I would never lie to you. I promise. Do you really not trust me that much?
It's not that. It's just, I don't know,
Emily, listen to me. Please don't let her get to you. She's just trying to make you doubt me so that we'll break up. I'm not exaggerating when I say she's crazy. But we're getting married in a few weeks, remember? Think about this rationally. I chose you. You don't have to think about anyone else.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, but I still feel like something's not right. It's really bothering me, so I can't help but think about it until I know what it is.
Come on, you have to believe me. We're going to get married. I'm going to become your husband. What are you going to do if you can't trust the man that you're going to spend the rest of your life with?
You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you so much. I'll try not to think about it. I'm probably overthinking things anyway. Sorry. I bothered you with something so stupid before your meeting. Don't worry about me and do your best. When can we go watch that movie another time?
Don't worry. Just trust me. I'm sorry about the movie too. I'll make it up to you later. We're still going to have dinner tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Emily, what's wrong? Hurry up and come back to the hall so we can continue the service. I know this is our big day, but we can't keep the guests waiting forever, you know?
What's wrong? Are you seriously asking me that? You saw what she did, didn't you? You were right there. Came after us when you saw Sophia and asked me to have a chat, and you saw everything. So why are you so calm? Why aren't you angry with me?
Emily, I don't get what the big deal is. Don't be so dramatic. Just come back to the hall so we can continue. Where are you? You didn't leave the venue, did you?
You've got to be kidding me. Do you think I'm overreacting? Your ex-girlfriend slapped me in the face. I honestly believe she wanted to have a civil conversation. But the moment we got into that hallway, she turned and smacked one out of nowhere. So why are you acting like nothing happened? Why didn't you even attempt to stop her? I can't believe it. All you said was sorry, she's just a little jealous, and walked away. You're the groom. Couldn't you have asked her to leave? She wasn't even invited in the first place. Instead, you made it seem like I should just brush off what she did because she was a little jealous. That doesn't give her the right to hit me. Honestly, I'm panicking because this whole situation is absurd. I'm in no state to go back to the hall right now.
Come on, Emily. Don't be like that. Why are you making such a big fuss out of this? I said I'm sorry. It wasn't even me that hit you. She really was just a bit jealous, that's all. You should loosen up a little.
How can you say that? I don't get how you can just casually laugh. It's like it was all a joke to you. She actually hit me, and that's assault. I'm starting to remember you were smiling earlier when you walked past us. You didn't even seem that surprised she hit me. You might not fully grasp it, but this situation is a whole lot more serious than you think. You even seem pretty content. Am I wrong?
It's not that. Of course, I'm not happy. But I don't think that it's such a big deal. And I was actually pretty surprised. I didn't know stuff like this actually happened outside the movies. I guess this is what people call a catfight, huh? And I didn't know that Sophia was that jealous. Seriously, I don't know what got into her. But I don't think she'll do it again, so don't worry.
You don't seem sorry at all. It looks like you're actually enjoying this. I certainly didn't invite her, so you must have given her the date and the address. And now your ex-girlfriend has crashed our wedding. It must be amusing for you to picture two women fighting over you. She went too far. If you were even half the man I thought you were, you should have put a stop to it. Instead, you just laughed and made excuses for her.
Emily, I'm not thinking that at all. But seriously, I just think that you're making a big deal out of nothing. I was just laughing because I was surprised.
I swear, I was the one who was surprised. I couldn't believe someone would actually hit me, and it's shocking that you just stood there doing nothing. Don't you have any feelings about this? She turned to violence, and you didn't do a thing. You seemed to enjoy that she was jealous enough to hit me.
Why are you so mad? Like I said, I didn't hit you. You're being childish. Today's a special day for us, the biggest one in our lives. Don't let it get ruined just because Sophia's feeling a little jealous. You might be older, but there's still some growing up to do, Emily.
Excuse me? I'm the one that needs to grow up? You're saying that to a woman who got slapped in the face, to your wife, and what are you still laughing about? This isn't funny.
Calm down, Emily. There's no need to get so angry. It was just a slap. You don't have to overreact. You're acting a bit childish. I don't want you to blow this out of proportion. We're here to celebrate, and by getting so worked up, you're putting a damper on everyone's mood. Can you please get your attitude in check? Everyone's waiting.
What? Just a slap? She slapped me twice, said that slap was a warning, and then walked away. I was so shocked that I didn't even grab my clog and strike back at her. Why is it that suddenly I'm the bad guy? I hate to keep our guests waiting, but I think they'd understand if they knew what really happened.
That's because she's still in love with me. She can't help but be jealous. She must have come to the venue knowing that she would have to have a showdown with you. She has guts, but too bad for her, I'm already yours. She just got a little bit jealous and slapped you, that's all. Let's just forget about it and get on with the ceremony. Come on, stop pouting and come back to the hall. Or just tell me where you are. I'll go and collect you.
It's pointless talking to you. Don't worry about that. I've already called my lawyer.
What? Why would you do that?
Unbelievable. You're actually asking me why? Because of you and your ex-girlfriend. That's why I've had enough.
What are you talking about? Why would you have to call a lawyer? Let's calm down and talk about this first.
Don't make me laugh. Way past the point of just talking this through. You don't care about my feelings in this situation. I want my lawyer to assist us in handling this matter. We can arrange a meeting for all of us someday. However, for now, I'll be meeting with him to explain the situation. You can stay in the hall if you want, but either way, the wedding is off. I'm not coming back.
What? What are you talking about? You can't just make that decision without me. I'll get seriously mad if you keep throwing out threats like that. Emily, are you listening to me? Get back to the hall right away so we can continue the ceremony. Everyone's waiting for you. You're only going to upset our guests.
Shut up, John. You've got a lot of nerve. I'm not going to marry you. Accept that.
What? Did you just tell me to shut up?
So what if I did? It seems like you don't grasp how serious this situation is, so let me break it down for you. Even before today, your ex-girlfriend was threatening me, bombarding me with messages, and doing things that could be seen as stalking. And today, she's finally gone too far and physically assaulted me. Do you get the serious of that?
Well, if you have to say it like that, then yeah, it sounds bad. But you really don't have to be that harsh. She really is in love with me, that's all. But she couldn't help it. You're just exaggerating.
Yeah, it sounds bad because it's a crime. And yet, you think that I'm exaggerating? I'm talking with my lawyer right now, and I'm going to show him this conversation. So maybe you should be careful of what you say.
You're exaggerating. You've called a lawyer. How dramatic can you get? Emily, why don't you just come back to the venue and let's talk about this? We can talk about this without him. There's no need to go that far.
I want a lawyer. Your exes actually hit me, and that is assault. Her threats are much more worrying. I don't want to leave this problem unresolved and end up facing something even worse in the future. I want to speak to someone who won't dismiss my concerns and consider me being overly dramatic.
Alright, I get what you want, a lawyer. But are you serious about the wedding? You're going to cancel it?
Finally, you get it. From now on, I want my lawyer to be our go-between. If you need to reach me, you'll have to do it through him. We'll have to discuss this in person at some point, so I'd like you to bring your ex-girlfriend when we do. And yes, I plan on reporting this incident to the police, so be prepared to answer questions. Don't even think about lying to defend your ex. I've already asked my parents to check the venue about their CCTV, and it seems they're willing to provide us with a copy.
What? Are you really going to cancel the wedding? I can't believe it. Your parents are starting to make an announcement, and you want to do this? I can still stop them. Wait, they're telling everyone what's happening. Emily, think about this. Are you sure you want to cancel this wedding? You can't undo this.
Of course I'm sure. Is there a problem? Because I can't think of a good enough reason to continue it. I'm going to cancel the wedding, and I don't plan on rescheduling.
Emily, are you out of your mind? Just because my ex-girlfriend did something stupid doesn't mean that you have to go this far. What do I have to get punished for? You're going way too far, Emily. Calm down and think about this. This is reality, and you can't undo this when you realize you've made a mistake.
Don't get why you're not getting it. You're the only one who needs to cool down and take a more rational look at the situation. I want to cancel our wedding because I was treated like that. I'm just relieved you don't push for us to file our marriage certificate before the ceremony. Saves me the hassle of going through a divorce.
What? You haven't even gone through the registry office?
No, I haven't. I told you. I had a bad feeling when I spoke to your ex-girlfriend, remember? You told me to forget about it, but I already decided that I wouldn't file it until I found out why.
I don't remember you saying anything like that.
And I'm telling you, I did. The way you tried to steer me away from thinking about it then was suspicious too. Well, it turns out it wasn't just my imagination. I was right to doubt you. I thought I could forgive you for what you'd been doing, but being slapped by your ex-girlfriend actually helped to wake me up. Plus, you didn't try to stop her or defend me. You were too busy enjoying the drama of having two women fight over you. But it helped me realize that I was making a mistake to marry you.
But why would you say that? I told you I'm sorry, okay? It's not even my fault, but I'm still being really sincere. The least that you could do is try and rethink canceling the wedding.
No, thank you. I'll stick with my decision and send you a bill for the wedding costs. And John, you can think that I'm stupid, but I already know that you've been cheating on me. We're done. And you're going to pay for it.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? You're going to ask for compensation and make me pay for the wedding alone? Even though you're the one that canceled it?
I canceled it because I can't marry a lying cheater like you. I'm going to demand the compensation I'm owed. And your affair led to the wedding being canceled. So you're going to cover the full costs. Don't even bother asking me if I'm sure. I'm not going to change my mind. So why don't you enjoy the rest of your life with the woman you were cheating on me with? Oh wait, you were cheating on me with Sophia, right? I'm sure you'll be very happy together. What a perfect match.
Wait a minute, you can't be serious. Please stop making weird threats, Emily. I love you. I only love you. I don't want to break up. Please don't cancel the wedding. You don't have to go that far. Let's get married and make each other happy.
You must be joking. I've already made up my mind. I'm not coming back to get married. Who would want to marry a bastard like you?
What did you just call me? You're the one that suddenly decided to cancel the wedding without warning me. Wait, Emily, this is all just your misunderstanding. I was never serious about Sophia. Please, Emily, tell everyone you made a mistake. My mom and friends are really angry. They're all sending me messages and they sound really pissed about me for the affair. I'll tell you all the truth, so please tell them you still want to continue the wedding.
What a jerk. I don't know where you're hiding, but you better come out soon. I want to get the compensation and stuff sorted out as soon as possible, so I don't ever have to talk to you ever again. No matter how much you explain, it won't change the fact that you were cheating on me and doesn't exempt you from taking responsibility for your behavior.
Sophia is my ex-girlfriend, but that doesn't mean that I still have feelings for her. I would never choose her over you. She's in a lot of debt, so I never even thought about being in a long-term relationship with her, let alone marrying her. But she was really persistent, so I couldn't help but go out with her when she asked me to. I was sleeping with her so that she wouldn't ask for anything more. It wasn't anything serious, but then she started thinking that I was still in love with her and wouldn't let me end the affair. I was planning on ending it before the wedding, but she wouldn't listen to me. You've got to believe me, I tried.
That's the exact same excuse every other asshole on the face of the earth makes when they've had an affair. You try to make it out to be someone else's fault, but it's really all your own responsibility. The excuses you made are all so pathetic. It's embarrassing. I can't imagine how disappointed you must be to lose me. But I feel great knowing that I was able to avoid what could have been the worst mistake of my life.
Emily, please, I don't want to break up. I'll do anything to make it up to you. Please. Some of our guests were colleagues from work, and some of them were my managers. If you do this, it'll affect my work life too. It's going to be really embarrassing for me to go back to work on Monday. You've got to tell them that it was a misunderstanding. Please, forgive me. Let's call all the guests back and have the ceremony.
Do you really think you'll have a job to go back to on Monday after this?
What? Why would I lose my job?
Didn't you know that the CEO of your company and I are related? Oh, maybe I forgot to mention that.
No way. You're just messing with me, right?
Of course I'm being serious. Did you really think that the CEO of such a big company would take the time out of his busy work schedule just for a regular employee like you? He came because he found out from another relative that I was getting married.
Is that why he came? I didn't know, I swear.
You're the only one that didn't know. All of my relatives knew that you were working at his company and even mentioned it to him. Now he knows you work for him and that you ruined our wedding day with your affair. I think you'll be having a hard time at the office from now on.
What? Please don't leave me. Don't abandon me like this. If we don't get married, my entire life will be ruined. Please, I'll apologize properly this time. I won't meet her ever again, and I promise I'll make you happy.
Too late to start apologizing sincerely now, and no apology will be enough to make me forgive you. After everything you've done, goodbye, you piece of crap. In the end, the wedding I had looked forward to turned into a tense discussion between me, my lawyer, and John, with some of my family members as witnesses. Rumors about John's behavior at the wedding spread among our colleagues, creating a chilly atmosphere at the office. When John returned to work, he was met with an unfriendly environment. His colleagues, who had previously liked John, distanced themselves from him after hearing about his treatment of me. The CEO decided to demote John and transfer him to a branch office in another part of the country. He accepted the transfer to keep his job, especially since he had been court-ordered to compensate me and cover the wedding expenses. John was burdened with financial and emotional debt. His realization of his mistakes came far too late, and he had only himself to blame for losing me.